My name is Alex Kirilloff, and I was the 15th overall selection by the Minnesota Twins. Very, very excited to become part of the organization, no doubt. They're a very, very first-class organization, and they handle things in the right manner, and they handle them in a way that is something I want to be involved with. And I have been doing a lot more research on Twins, and my research isn't done yet, but I know they have a rich history with 3 World Series titles, and a lot of great players and Hall of Famers throughout the decades. So the culture and the atmosphere in Minnesota is definitely that I'm super excited to be a part of, and hopefully we'll be able to make history myself with them.
When you started playing with your dad, and you were playing against, we were talking about this earlier, about like 2, 3, 4-year older guys, were you intimidated at all at that age, or were you up to the challenge?
No, I wasn't really intimidated because I started doing that in such a young age, and I think the first time I started doing it, I was about 8 years old, and I was playing with 12-year-olds. So just having done it for so long and getting more acclimated and used to it, it was something that was not out of the norm for me. And like I said before, it really prepared me and bettered my game, being able to play up that many years and being able to play well as well.
All right, so you and I have both done cyber school. I was not very disciplined. When you have the option, people that haven't gone through it don't understand. When you have the option to wake up, or watch Sports Center and do your social studies, that's a tough thing to go through. Were you pretty disciplined with it, or was it a struggle? It's because there's no one pushing you.
I mean, to pass and to get good grades, you have to be disciplined with it. On any level, really. For me, in the last couple years, I've gotten better at it for sure, and I think this my senior year was probably the easiest for me, and discipline wise, and getting work done, and just staying focused on that and taking care of business. It definitely takes a lot to do on your own, to wake up and push the distractions aside and focus on what you have to take care of. So for me, I think I've grown a lot over the last 4 years doing that, and I think that prepares you for a lot of things in life as well.
When your dad's a gamer, he's intense.
Yeah.
Is there a point where you're like, come on, Dad, like it's summer baseball?
Yeah. I mean, we definitely get into our heated arguments sometimes, whether it's after a game or during batting practice. But really, it's out of love and out of both of our passions for the game, really. And I wouldn't trade him for anyone else. So I'm very, very glad father I have.
Yeah, when you have a father that's also a coach, and that obviously creates that dynamic where you don't just hear it at the field, you hear it on the way home. Is there any good story about on the way home, and maybe you had a good game and he didn't think you had a good game, or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's countless stories like that. I mean, it's not just on the way home. It's constantly when I'm going to bed, when I'm waking up in the morning eating breakfast, when we're watching baseball on TV throughout the day, when we're driving in the car somewhere. I mean, it's constant. I remember there was one time, two summers ago at the underclass area code games. It was my last game there, and we're heading to San Diego after the game. And I was 3 for 4 in the game with the strikeout. And I get in the car after the game, and the first thing he says to me was like, "What happened on that strikeout?" And and that's just like a perfect example of how he is, and he definitely pushes me, and it's exactly what I have needed my whole life, and I just need to carry his same mentality, and that he's instilled with me, and instilling in myself moving forward.
Well, obviously, when you get to this point, there's sacrifices to be made, and one of them we just talked about with going to cyber school instead of the brick and mortar. Do you feel like you missed out on anything? Obviously, you wouldn't trade it because where you are, but do you feel like you missed out on anything going to the traditional way of school?
To be honest, I really don't. And I think, a big aspect was having, relationships and friends with, the people that you would be able to see every day. But, having baseball in the picture and seeing your teammates every day and, going to battle with them, playing with them, being at practice around them every day and building relationships through that, it was great for me. And, I really don't feel like I missed out on much now.
How was that, the team building with I mean, here's a guy that doesn't go to their school and coming in. How was that depending on the group of young men, that could be a tough situation going into.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been really, but very, very blessed with the situation I walked into, and a lot of them were very open-minded and welcoming to me. As a freshman going and starting on the varsity team and immediately becoming one of the leaders was a big thing, and it was something that, from that first year that I started building relationships with friends that I've played for with, 4 years, up until this point. So, it was definitely a special thing to be able to come in there and do what I did.
About that day that you got selected in the draft, saw the reaction video and how excited your whole family was, your girlfriend was. Take me through those emotions. You get the call. Did you tell anybody when you got the call, or did you kind of let the announcers on television do the announcing?
Yeah, well, I got the call about like 3 minutes before, and everyone there saw me get the call, and saw me like conversing and smiling, so they kind of all knew. I didn't really tell everyone. It was kind of just like a given. So when they announced it, everyone just went nuts, and it was a special feeling. Like I said again, special people that were there, having everyone there for the support, and it was awesome.
You might not know this, but you're the first round pick since Neil Walker. I don't know how many people have told you that by now, but obviously still an awesome feeling. It's been a while since Pittsburgh's been able to be in the first round, to represent Pittsburgh, the WPIAL in that way, and a lot to live up to for what Neil's done in his career, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, even the comparisons are pretty special, and being even named in the same conversation with him is great. I've looked up to him growing up and following his career and being a Pirate fan, and I remember being so young, all the hype and the excitement there was around him coming out of high school, and just being in this situation now is pretty sweet.
We did it pretty big then, so I feel like I've helped you prepare for minor and Major League Baseball, because our show at Youthtown, with the scoreboard and the music and the walk-up songs, right? I mean, You're ready. You're prepared, right? Can I claim that?
Prepared in all aspects. Yeah, yeah, definitely. They have something to live up to now, and some higher expectations for the atmosphere and the announcing of the game.
Well,
for sure.
At Youthtown, though, I mean, it is a pretty special place, and I'm still there. I'm trying to move on too. But, like, any special memories at Youthtown? That you played a lot of games there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've played so much there.
Yeah.
Just, memories of the whole summer experiences there with, the teammates that you had and relationships that you built. And we lived like a little over an hour away. Right. So the road trips up there and, the whole day events. I remember, getting up a bunch of times, picking up my friend Vinny Zatullo in Oakmont. I don't know if you remember him. Driving out to Robinson, eating at Chipotle before the game, going to the game, being there early for 2-3 o'clock batting practice, and playing the game at 6, getting done at 8 or 9 o'clock, and being home by like 11. So it was all day events a lot of times. So it was pretty cool looking back on it. Pretty special feeling. From the great ones they have now, they have Byron Buxton and Torrey Hunter and the rich history like I said before that they have. Very very excited for hopefully to get the opportunity.
Well, I'm excited to watch it transpire. Best of luck for your high school season and obviously throughout your professional baseball career. Know that you're going to make everybody here proud.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Alex Kirilloff, everybody.
Thank you.